Your focus does not disappear suddenly, and it does not vanish because people became weaker or less disciplined. It disappears slowly, inside an environment that no longer supports the way the human brain was designed to work. Most people notice the problem in simple moments, when they sit down to do one thing and realize that their attention keeps slipping away, not dramatically, but quietly and repeatedly. The task is still there, the intention is still there, but the mind keeps drifting, checking, switching, and scanning, as if it cannot stay in one place for long. This experience feels personal, but it is not individual. It is systemic. Modern digital environments are built around constant novelty because the brain is wired to respond to new stimuli faster than to familiar ones. Infinite scrolling systems are designed to remove natural stopping points, so the mind never fully finishes one interaction before being offered the next. Each swipe, notification, or update delivers a small burst of anticipation, which trains the brain to expect frequent stimulation instead of sustained engagement. Over time, this changes how attention behaves. Research shows that the average amount of time a person stays focused on a single screen task has dropped dramatically over the last 2 decades. And this is not because people forgot how to focus, but because their attention is being interrupted before it can settle. What many people call multitasking makes the situation worse, even though it feels productive. In reality, the brain does not perform multiple tasks at the same time, because it switches rapidly between them, and every switch has a cost. Each interruption forces the brain to reorient itself, and the deeper the task, the more expensive that reorientation becomes. This is why focus does not return immediately after a distraction. Even a brief interruption can break a concentration cycle that takes much longer to rebuild, leaving people with the feeling that they worked all day without truly engaging with anything. There is also a physical layer that rarely gets mentioned. Modern life often runs on unstable energy, influenced by processed food, sugar spikes, poor sleep, and chronic stress. When the body is depleted, the brain shifts into a state of alertness rather than focus, prioritizing scanning and reaction over sustained thought. Chronic stress reinforces this pattern. Elevated stress hormones keep the nervous system on edge, making it harder to stay with one task, because the brain treats constant monitoring as a form of safety. In that state, deep focus feels unnatural, even though it once felt normal. Some researchers describe this as a loss of flow, which is not a personal flaw, but a structural consequence of environments designed around fragmentation. Flow requires continuity, feedback, and immersion, while modern systems reward interruption, speed, and constant availability. There is also an economic dimension to this problem. Attention has become a product, and entire business models depend on keeping it captured for as long as possible. Platforms are not neutral tools, they are optimized to compete for time, and that competition rewards designs that are increasingly aggressive. In this context, the idea that focus can be restored through individual effort alone becomes misleading. It creates a quiet form of pressure, where people blame themselves for struggling inside systems that were never built to support sustained attention in the first place. This is where disappointment often settles. People feel unfocused, scattered, and mentally tired, and they assume something is wrong with them, without seeing how consistently their attention is being pulled apart. Focus feels impossible, not because it vanished, but because it is constantly being interrupted before it can take shape. Now answer this question for yourself. If you want your focus back, then what kind of lifestyle are you personally living in? And does that lifestyle actually make deep focus possible at all?